Hi everyone, this is Andrew Tsai and welcome to my YouTube channel. A lot of people over the last few weeks have been asking me about the battery life and the thermals of gaming on the M1 Apple Silicon Macs. So I'm recording this on my MacBook Air 2020 with the M1 Apple Silicon chip, and I'm going to be running a kind of test or benchmark of The Sims 4, and I'll be doing a time-lapse video showing how the battery performs and how the thermals perform as well. So I'm going to start the test now by opening The Sims 4, and when I press play here, what's going to happen is you'll see that these temperature sensors are going to shoot up quite quickly. Let me put this to the side. So just a note as well, I've got my brightness setting around the halfway mark, and I'm going to load my last game. And what I'm going to do is just kind of let it run passively, and we'll see how it performs. I'm going to unplug my power cable now and start my stopwatch timer. So the battery's not connected to the power anymore, and I'm going to run into my actual house. You can kind of see these temperatures will start going up once we get into the actual game itself. And let me just show you my actual settings that I've got here. So if you look at my video settings, it is in windowed mode, so it's not necessarily indicative, but you can imagine that a lot of people will actually play this game in windowed mode. But I've set the graphical quality to the highest possible on ultra settings. And what we can do is kind of watch this perform. Just turning on the FPS counter in the bottom left, and I do have VSync enabled. I don't think it really makes sense to actually set an unlimited frame rate, because I don't think that's really realistic for how people normally play. I mean, your display can only show 60 Hertz at a time, and so having Sims 4 running at 100 frames per second doesn't make much sense. Okay, so now I'm going to start the time lapse itself. So I've got this set for 1 frame per second, and we'll see how that turns out. Okay, so I'm just going to put my sim on autopilot, and then we'll see how far this goes. I'm expecting it to run pretty well and that the battery life to last for several hours. I mean, I can see here on Coconut Battery, it's estimating that 3.5 hours of battery life running The Sims 4. It's pretty decent, to be honest, showing 3 hours now. But let's see how it actually goes, and let's see how the thermals actually perform as well. So the results of this particular benchmark and test are quite interesting. So the actual amount of time that we received was 2 hours and 57 minutes, and that gave us 2% battery left, and we would have lasted another 2 minutes in that scenario if I left it longer, and it would have automatically slept at that point. And I think that's pretty good length of time to actually play the game for. I mean, 3 hours is a pretty long time anyway. And this particular game was running in a window and using the ultra graphics setting. And it's quite interesting as well that the thermals never reached beyond about 70 degrees, 68 degrees, and it never got particularly hot. I'm sure that if I ran the game at native resolution that it would get even hotter, but I haven't done that. And I've also noticed that I haven't actually enabled laptop mode, which is a high performance mode, which means that it'll lower the graphics setting of the game. And I think that if I did do that kind of test, then that would make this battery last even longer. If you'd like me to do another thermal and battery test on a different game, please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next tech video.